In this video, I have two duels that I'm going to show you. One I go first and the other I go second. They are both against Sprite players. One of them specifically is Sprite Runic, but regardless, let's get straight into it. We don't waste any time here. So you can see with our hand, we pretty much have full combo. We're going to special summon the Thrasher first, attach Orbital to it. It's going to get ashed, unfortunately, but we want to actually bait out all the ashes. We don't want our Wizard or our Trance to get ashed. Wizard's going to be normal summon, then searching 100. 100 is going to send Emperor to the graveyard, giving us an extra normal summon, because it's going to special summon itself. We're going to normal summon Summoner, and then it's going to get us Wizard back. We're going to use Wizard to get Trance, and then we're going to go into Galaxy Photon Dragon using the Thrasher and the Summoner. That's going to get us our Expedition. Again, Expedition and Trance, you can get it interchangeably. I would recommend Trance. We're obviously going to go into Cypher X, detaching that Afterglow, and here's actually where I'm going to pause it. And I want to teach you the first thing about Galaxy Eyes, I guess, with the new support. Or not the first thing, but your win condition doesn't have to be to make your opponent's life points to 0. You don't have to get a big monster and attack them in one go. You can simply just prevent them from playing, and this is actually how I do it in this duel. To simply put it, during their turn, I'm going to banish another gigantic sprite, and they will not be able to play the game because they rely on that card so much, right? Let's continue the replay. We're going to go into Soul Flare, adding back Afterglow. Afterglow is going to special summon itself, obviously. Then we're going to use Trance to get a number 38, and then I think we can use Triple Talents because they used Ash, so we're going to rip out a card as well, yeah. So this is pretty much full combo. Obviously, we got that extra benefit of using Triple Tactic Talents, being able to rip out any card. But you're going to see how they're able to, in quotation marks, counter me. We saw their hand, they didn't have any interruptions, no board breakers. Obviously, Master Duel loves me, so they wouldn't, randomly give them a Dark Ruler no more, would they? And of course they do. Yeah, it's unfortunate. They Dark Ruler no more me, so all my monsters are negated, but it's completely fine. My win condition isn't to overwhelm them with boss monsters that negate, or to have a big boss monster that's just, basically C62 unaffected by monster effects and is able to attack through anything. My win condition is just to prevent them from playing because the extra deck is useless, and that's how I win. You can see that Afterglow, even though it's negated, number 90, I can still detach Afterglow, and then Afterglow, because in the graveyard it's not affected by Dark Ruler no more, and materials do not count as being on the field, so it's just unaffected by Dark Ruler no more. I special summon a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, and I banish a second gigantic sprite. What are they going to do? This is Runic Sprite, they can't do anything. So they're going to activate their silly little fountain, and it's pretty much going to be game from here because they can't go into an Xyz monster. So you can see they're going to be doing a bunch of shenanigans, I guess, going to Sprite Elf. There's not much you can do. My monsters are still negated, so obviously I can't activate Soul Flare if you're wondering. They do remove number 38, which makes sense because they do have a bunch of spell cards. Of course, they're running the Runic engine, or maybe they're playing Sprite. Maybe they're playing Runic with a Sprite engine, or are they playing Sprite with a Runic engine? I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty much a wrap from here. It's just clean up now. I go into C62, and then I'll be able to... Oh, they forfeit, I guess. That's it. This is the second duel. Again, we're up against Sprite, and this time they're going to be able to set up their board first. We do ash the Sprite Blue, and because of that, I think they're not able to do full combo. They put up a mediocre board, which isn't the best Sprite board. Many of you probably know how Sprite boards already are. But they only have 2 interruptions in the form of a Sprite Smasher and the card that's able to negate spell and trap cards. I'm pretty sure that's Sprite Carrot. They special summon that. And then they have a Sprite Elf on the field as well, which is completely fine. Now, this is a mediocre board, and we have no problem absolutely destroying this board, but it's what they do when I'm trying to destroy the board. You're going to see. Let's put this on 2x speed. So we draw Triple T, and we special summon Thrasher. They're going to do their shenanigans. We're going to activate Photon Orbital, attaching it to the Thrasher, and then they are going to draw us. Now, if you played Galaxy Eyes, draw absolutely hurts. It kills our deck, I guess you could say, but this is fine. We just have to do the next best step, which is remove our opponent's cards, or at least remove our opponent's important cards. So you're going to see I'm going to attack the Sprite Carrot because that negates the our cards. And then I'm going to use Triple T. Now, you have to be observant and kind of realize what Galaxy Eyes is able to do. So when I look, I can see in their hand that they have a Nibiru and a Kaiju. Now, most people would obviously just forfeit. You know, you're not winning against a Kaiju and a Nibiru. They've completely won the duel. But there is a way you can... There's a way you can win, and it's a bit tricky to understand, but I'll teach you. So out of all of the options, I actually removed the Sprite Starter because I can play around both Kaiju and Nibiru. So the problem with Kaiju is that it only works during their turn, and well, I'm gonna pass my turn, so they're gonna have nothing to Kaiju really. If anything, if they Kaiju my Thrasher, they give me a free level 8, so they're not gonna want to Kaiju. If my opponent doesn't destroy me before my turn, then I'm gonna destroy them. So you can kind of see how the Kaiju is completely useless, because I'm gonna have my turn and I'm just gonna decimate them before they're able to use the Kaiju, which is completely fine. But the thing you have to worry about is the Nibiru. The Nibiru can be activated during our turn and completely wipe our field, right? So you have to kind of utilize that they don't know what Galaxy Eyes does to your advantage. So you can see I'm going to go into Soul Flare. This is still my turn. I'm going to pass my turn. They use Sprite Smasher to banish our card. Unfortunate. And now we just pretty much have to pray that they don't destroy us. Sprite is a fairly weak deck number-wise in the attack point department. But they do set up a pretty big board here. They have a Monster Negate, and they still have follow-up as well. You're going to see they set a card. And unfortunately, their Nibiru is online now. So we have to count our summons. So let's just count our summons. 1. We're going to activate Orbital. They have a Monster Negate and a Spell Negate. They try to negate our Orbital. Orbital's effect isn't once per turn, so we can use it multiple times. So we just use it again. So we baited out 1 negation. Now they could negate with Sprite Current, which they do, and unfortunately that goes through because Orbital is treated as a spell card, even though it looks like a monster card. Then we're going to activate 100, sending Emperor to the graveyard. And then Emperor is going to give us an extra normal summon. We're going to use the extra normal summon to summon Summoner. That's going to get us Wizard. Wizard's going to get us Trance. We're going to go into Galaxy Photon Dragon. And this is where they Nibiru us. Because our opponent was obviously impatient. Most people are too scared for us to get out our number 90 Photon Lord, so we can negate the Nibiru, but we have Trance. And this is pretty much game over from here. They cannot use Kaiju, because obviously it's not a quick effect, and they forfeit.